Welcome to the Rational Egoist. I'm your host, Michael Liebowitz, and we are very fortunate today to have with us a former Libertarian Party candidate for governor of New York. He's the current Libertarian candidate for the vice presidency. He is the host of The Sharpe Way. He is a former Marine, and he is an all-around smart and great guy, Mr. Larry Sharpe. Welcome back to the show.
How are you, my friend? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. It's an interesting thing because the last time I had you on, I was very new to this and I went into a coughing fit and I didn't yet know about the mute button. But since then, I've learned about the mute button and I always make sure to bring water, you can't see it because of the thing, a cup of
Nice.
water with me in case I start to
I
cough.
have one too.
Awesome. So
Yes.
I want to talk to you today about liberty and the liberty movement in general, and we'll get into your candidate for the vice presidency. But first, what is your take on the state of the Libertarian Party?
It's the same it's been since 2017, which I actually said in the Reason Magazine article in 2018. The Libertarian Party is a dumpster fire on wheels, but without it, we're walking.
So,
I haven't stopped.
So it's better
So I
to be
stay
on
on top
fire
and I
moving.
keep trying to, yes, then not moving. Yes, correct. So I stay on top and I keep trying to put the fire out to the best of my ability. It keeps burning because I keep burning more of them, but I keep putting enough out just so my body doesn't get burned up. I mean, I have tons of burn wounds already. I'm sure you do also. We all have burn wounds because the damn thing's on fire. We just keep trying to put out as best we can and keep moving. There's no other answer.
Well, why do you say it's a dumpster fire? Like, what are some of the issues?
Well, we got to remember, there's two important pieces about the party that people often don't get. Number one, the party was built as an activist party. It wasn't built to win. That wasn't what it was built for, right? It was built to fight the system. That's what it was built for. So because of that, that will always be a part of our piece. So we have a problem understanding the difference between candidates and activists, right? We think they're the same. The other parties do not believe that. The other parties say, no, activist is activism, but candidates are candidates. They're two separate issues. We do not see that. We see activists as candidates and candidates as activists. And the difference is an activist's job is to get people to notice things. We need activists. They are critically important. We need them. They are in fact, we don't have enough of them. We need more of them. We need people who are activists, or people like you, as an example, who get out and let people know about things. Did you see this? Do you understand this? What is wrong with you? Think a different way. Think about this. What about that? We require them desperately. Again, we don't have enough. But candidates are different. Candidates get out and they take all the things the activists care about and try to find an answer for them to make it palatable to normies. We don't have enough of those. We just don't have enough. We have like 6 that can do it in the entire goddamn party. We just don't have enough. I consider myself one of them, but we don't have many. We need a whole lot more activists and candidates, and we got to separate the two and know which one is which. Now, the problem is our party is so small, so we have to swap hats often, right? In any party like us, there's activists, there's candidates, there's also a donor class, a volunteer class. All those are different issues. Sadly, we often swap hats, and we're doing all of them. Well, I got to remember, what am I doing now, right? Am I playing activist? Am I playing, right? The other thing we have is most of our popular guys are libertarians, which means they come in, they come in, they use the party to gain some form of celebrity, then they leave the party and just be a celebrity. That's a common thing, happens all the time. I'm one of the last, may I swear on this podcast?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm one of the only assholes who actually stays and keeps helping. Right? I'm the only asshole who does that. Everyone else comes in. Correct, I am, right? I keep doing it, right? I stay. If you ask anybody in this party, everyone has seen me raise money for somebody. Everyone has seen me help somebody. Everyone has seen me have a conversation with somebody. Everyone has seen me be on everybody's podcast, right? I don't go, you're too small for me. I go on the smallest podcast. I support libertarians constantly, all the time, and I still do it. And I'm already popular. I was on Joe Rogan in 2018. I can stop now, right? 2018, I was on Joe Rogan. At that point, I could have just went, I'm going to start my cool podcast and do nothing but that and just insult Libertarian Party all day long and screw over everybody that helped me out. I could do that, which half of the people do, and you watch them do it, right? I don't do that.
No, you don't.
I don't do that.
You know, I'm curious what your take is. There's obviously division within the Libertarian Party and the broader Libertarian movement.
And there always will be.
Yeah. Now, when I got out of prison, I think a year and a half now, roughly a year and a half.
Oh, hold on one second. I'm sorry. I didn't go to the second piece. I will get back to that. Please, let me just finish with the
Okay.
second piece.
Okay.
The second piece is we've been losing for 50 years.
Yes.
And that puts that kind of mindset into us as a why bother. And I was teased. I said libertarians have been winning arguments and losing elections for 50 years. And since we keep losing elections, why bother those stupid things? Let's just keep winning arguments. So we just keep yelling at each other. We're also very much, because of our losses, we're very much like the ancient Mongol hordes, right? If there's no enemy, we fight ourselves. But then some guy goes, I'm Genghis Khan, get the Chinese. And then we all get together and go get the Chinese, right? So that's good. When there's an enemy, we all get together and get the enemy. But when there's no enemy, we fight ourselves. So now I'm done. Sorry, I just want to cut. You asked why. That's the reasons why.
No, thank you. So I was under the impression, now all my experience had been based on reading. So I was under the impression that, like, as an objectivist, I know a lot of objectivists, they disassociate from libertarians and vice versa. And I thought that was a mistake. And when I came out of prison, I had called myself a libertarian. Sure. And I had called myself a libertarian for over 20 years. I thought that libertarians were, Mises, Hayek, Milton Friedman, varying degrees of that. And when I got out and I started to engage, I came across the Mises Caucus. And I quickly learned that they have very different views than me. For instance, on immigration, it is one a big one. On even on like their weird formulation of property and that sort of thing. And then they had a moral equivalence I would see them draw between Hamas and Israel. Now, I'm not for foreign aid. I'm totally opposed to it. But I still don't make a moral equivalence between the government or the state or whatever you want to say of Israel and Hamas. I just won't do that. But I saw that, and then I saw some really vile posts. So I decided to not stop calling myself a libertarian for that reason. And it's just when you have issues like that are important, like, for instance, demeanor or abortion, immigration. How do you, like you said, especially when you have a small party, when you have a large party like the Republican Party, for instance, you can afford to have some divisions, because even if you have a few people break off, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, agreed.
But with a small party, and I don't know the right way to go about it. My current tact is to argue or debate with the people I disagree with. The interesting thing is, my initial impression of the Mises Caucus is that they're basically, they adopt the Trumpian style.
So let me touch all these things. The first one is,
hold on one second there. I just want to say one more thing. So when I
write down some stuff, I'm gonna forget.
When I do engage with them, it inevitably devolves into insults. You're a loser. You're a nobody. You're a convict. You're a jerk. That type of stuff, instead of actually engaging the ideas, which is exactly why I disassociated myself from being called a libertarian to begin with. So with that, I turn it over to you, sir.
All right, let me give you three pieces. How do you engage with these people, whoever the people are? I don't. Do you ever see me get on fights? Never. No. I don't. What I do is I just keep doing good work. That's it. I let them yell, whoever it is. And I don't just get yelled at by me. I get yelled at by people from CLC. I get yelled at from random people. I get insulted all the time.
Yes. Constantly.
You've watched me. I get insulted all the time. They get memes made about me, all kind of horrible shit. Always. I don't respond. I just keep doing good work. That's it. Because if I give them energy, then they get stronger. And eventually one of them is going to ask me for help. They always do. And when they ask me for help, I give it. And they go, damn it. I insulted the shit out of that guy. And he still gave me help. I feel like shit now. And then they stop. That's how that works. And the guys who don't care and still give me shit, they will give me shit no matter what. These are the sociopaths that don't care. And there's a couple of them out there too. But generally speaking, I just keep doing the work I do. You still see me out there raising money for people, helping, putting people on my show. I put people on my show because they ask me, right? People get mad at me. They say, Larry, why are you on the advisory board of the caucus? Because they asked me. That was years ago. They asked me. So sure. So when they ask me for help, I give them help. I do. People get mad at me. How can you do that? Because they're a caucus in the Libertarian Party. I offered it to the Prags. Well, there used to be a pragmatic caucus. They went away. I offered it to them. They were still mad at me because I ran. I'm not joking, because I ran against Bill Weld in 2016. They're still mad at me. Like, okay, then don't have me. I would have helped them too. I offer my services to anybody. You know this, to anybody.
Sure.
They're the ones who said yes. Okay. I took no sides. I offered my service to everybody. They said yes. They got me. And I still offered it to other people. Like, I'll still go on your advisory board too if you want me to. And they're like, no, you're on Mises, so now you're evil. Okay, great. But you still want me to come by and raise money for your state? Yeah, please. And I do. So yeah, that's my actual world, which is why I ignore them. I don't care. And Mises people shit on me all the time. They take all kinds, and I'm on their board. They still shit on me. I don't care. I just ignore them. I don't care. I just keep going. And that's piece number one. Two, the bad talk side. Yes, I think you're right. There's some terrible, horrible negativity. And the problem that to realize is, most people don't realize is, a lot of people went to the Mises Caucus for a very specific reason. This goes back to what I talked about before, losing. We had been losing so much. What Mike Heiss did very well, and whether you like or don't like Mike Heiss, he's still my friend. I still talk to him. Whether you like him or not, what he did very well is he promised people a win. And we wanted a goddamn win. And we wanted to make something bigger and better than what we had. Our party was failing. It's failing now too. But that's my point. It's always failing. So when someone says, I got the plan, we go, oh my God, you got the plan? Okay. You got the plan. Let's do it. We got the plan. Let's do the plan. What the Prags failed to do, and they will get mad at me when I say it, but it's just true. They failed to communicate success. They were terrible at that. And there were some wins. Like, they had some success. They were terrible at communicating success. What they looked like was weak. That's what they looked like. After Gary Johnson to do, and after Joe Jorgensen's terrible showing, Joe Jorgensen's campaign was terrible. And people get mad at me for saying it's just true. It was. I said nothing during the campaign. I supported her. I said I was going to vote for her. I opened for her more than once, and I voted for her. I did. I supported the party completely. Afterwards, it was a terrible campaign. It was terrible. So now we've got failures and failures, and here comes Heiss going, I got the plan. People say, I'm in. Oh my God, I'm in. I got a plan. Some strength. I'm in. Let's do this. There's a bunch of people in the caucus who aren't nasty or mean at all. They just wanted to win. Which is why you see, as things are failing now, in many cases, many people leaving the caucus because they don't think the win's going to come. They were honest for the win. And they put up with all the negativity. And they put up with all vitriol because they saw a win was coming. Fine, I'll shut up. Oh my God, that's horrible. But I'm going to shut up because we're going to get a win. Without it, we got these weaklings who do nothing for us, who run away as soon as things get tough. And that was the image that was portrayed, that when things got tough, the Prags would run away. But the Mises Caucus would stay and fight, which is accurate. That actually happened. They stayed. They did absolutely stay. They're still here. And we're having trouble in the party, and they're still here. So there is an emotional piece that people don't get. We want to have some impact. We want to win. So people stay. And I know that may make you angry because you're fighting with them, but I'm trying to give you a more macro view of what's happening. And the next piece is about calling myself libertarian. I'm still libertarian. Doesn't matter. If my party's a disaster, I'm libertarian. I just am open about it. You will never hear me like say, yeah, that bad shit, I'm good with it. I don't say that. I just go, yeah, it's part of what you have to deal with. The Democrats have horrible stuff too. So do Republicans. But this is the best shot for this is the only chance for change is our party. If there was another chance, I'm open to it. I'm open to you giving me another way of making change. I don't see it. The only chance I see making change is the Libertarian Party. I don't see any other chance. So I hope I just answered your questions.
You did. I've got a couple things to say, but first, the idea, and I don't disagree with you, that the prospects for human liberty are not good. They don't. They don't look good, right? So I get
Agreed.
what you're saying. You look at the Libertarian Party, you say this is the best shot, and I want to say to you, no, it's not.
I'm running for office.
Sure.
I clearly believe it's the best shot.
But I don't. But to go on the other side and say what is better, and I don't know.
Yeah, tell me.
I don't know. What I do know is that I don't want to be associated with anarchists. And when I say associated, let me be clear. I'm not saying I don't want to talk to them or I wouldn't go out to dinner with them or anything like that. I'm saying I don't want to be viewed as an anarchist. I don't want to be viewed as somebody that's for closed borders. I don't want to be viewed as somebody that is pro, anti-abortion in all cases. Like I don't want that.
Then why don't you just have a louder voice? I'm not viewed that way.
No, I get it. But
I'm a lifetime member of the party,
sure.
a lifetime member of many states. I am one of the most popular libertarians literally in the country. I'm not viewed as an anarchist.
No, but you're a much nicer guy than I am. No, no, but no, but in seriousness. So I say, okay, well, what other prospects for liberty have there been? And I would say this: Milton Friedman, for all the people that criticize him, and I have my critiques of him as well, wasn't a member of the Libertarian Party, had a tremendous influence on
Sure.
actual policy, right?
Yep.
So there's that. I think Ayn Rand has had actual influence on
Sure. I'd
policy
agree.
without being a member of
Yep.
the Libertarian Party. And I would say, well, how much influence has the Libertarian Party actually had? And it seems very little. So if I were to, if I'm going to associate myself with something with the risk of being associated with views that I don't hold, then it
Mhm.
better be damn good at getting across the type of things that I want to get across. I have no problem being associated with Larry Sharpe. I think if you
Oh,
and I
thank you.
went down a list, and I mean both personally and politically. I mean, you're a very nice guy. I've met you a couple times, and you're very friendly. But I also think that we would probably agree on most issues.
Probably.
Right. Or even if we didn't, we'd be real close. But to agree, but to associate with a political party, and I wouldn't go to the Democrats or Republicans either, because I don't want to be associated with that. But with the Libertarian Party, I don't see them getting anything accomplished.
Well,
Now,
this goes back to what we talked about earlier, right? And we were raised as an activist party. Now, this is the difference, and many people disagree with me on this, but I believe this completely. The Libertarian Party and the Libertarian movement are two separate things.
oh, I,
There is a place in the Liberty movement for a Libertarian Party. That's what I focus on. As you know, in 2018, when I didn't think I was going to become the governor of New York State. I didn't believe that, right? I thought I would do better than I did for sure. I didn't think I was going to become governor, but I did well enough to get ballot access. And the next year, we had 107 local libertarians elected in New York State. We went from 0 to 107 in 1 year. All local. You probably heard of none of them because like city council, school board, water board, right? All the little things that I wanted to get done was happening. It was so scary. Democrats changed all the rules and got rid of the party. Ended it in 2020. I'm not joking. That actually happened. And in 2022, Republicans sued me because I was going to do it again. Republicans threw me off the ballot. I was going to do it again. They knew that. My goal has always been to make impact. So why I'm running for, I pump myself, so I'm running for VP. I think Mapstead has the plan that's going to actually get us to where we can run local candidates in the next 4 years and actually win. Imagine if we had guys like you getting major radio shows, getting interviews with actually elected officials on your show, talking about these issues, their constituents watching, and now one of their sheriffs goes, you know what, that Mike guy's right. We need some reform. Let's change some shit. Now we're really winning. Because what I'm asking for, when I go back to the lockdowns, when the lockdowns happened in New York State, there were physically cops going into gyms. Physically cops. Dwayne Whitmer was one of our guys in West New York who's actually standing toe-to-toe with cops trying to shut a gym down, right? Staten Island, all over the place, shutting down bars, locking bars. What happens when the cops go, I'm not doing this? And the people go, well, the people got to stand up. They did stand up. They went to jail. They did stand up and they went to jail. They lost their jobs. They were horribly ruined. But the enforcers are still fine. The enforcers have to change, and that comes from elections, and that comes from politics. Somebody's got to do that. I'm saying it's me and the Libertarian Party.
okay, fair enough. So you mentioned the Mises Caucus and their claim that they had a plan to win. Now, I'm sure you've seen it on social media.
Well,
There's been a lot
yep,
of touting coming from the Mises Caucus that they've achieved big wins recently, and this is very disputed. So they've got Donald Trump is going to come. He's going to speak at the convention. So is RFK Jr. and I think Vivek Ramaswamy
yep,
also is going to. What do
yep.
you think about this?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one because of what could happen. But overall, when I add the minuses and pluses, it's a plus. And let me tell you why. The concept that Trump wants to come talk to us, that RFK wants to come talk to us, is amazing. Just that, even if we said no, the fact they want to is great. They never wanted to before. They want to because they know that now is a time for us to strike. There are more people who are pissed off at duopoly at the two parties in the uniparty than ever. It's clear. They're losing membership. They're losing people. I mean, we're nowhere near taking over, but they know we're at a tipping point right now. They see it. And literally, Trump has said the reason why he lost in 2020 was because of libertarians. He said it openly. That's the thing. You can check it. It's a video. He said it on video. That's the reason why. So he knows he needs us. RFK knows he needs us. They need us. That in itself is a victory. So yes, that's good. Them showing up. RFK Jr. showed up in California. I actually moderated one of the debates. So did Cornel West. I moderated that debate also. I got to tell you, that was good for us. It was good for us. But the key was we had libertarians on the stage too. That's the key. And that is my worry about this one. If there are libertarians on the stage too, it's 100% win. Why? If you run third party, we believe people who haven't run seriously don't know this. They think it's only about message and whatever. It's not. The number one thing it's about is legitimacy. Do the people who are voting for us, do they think we're legitimate candidates? Number one thing we fight with, which is why when I got on the debate stage in 2018, I was legitimate. I've been on debate stages with Republicans, with Greens. I've been on debate stages with them. I've been on with Democrats. When you're on debate stage with people, you are legitimate. Now you have a shot at doing something. When when it came to RFK, we had Rechtenwald and Termott on with RFK Jr. They were legitimized. We had Lars Mapstead and Charles Belay, was it? Yeah, I think Charles Belay on with Cornel West. They were, and also Hornberger. They were legitimate. It legitimizes them. In fact, the press comes not because of us. The press comes because of RFK and Trump. They go, well, they're going to suck up all the air. They will, but we will also get some. And we did. In California, we got some. But not just that. A bunch of Cornel West fans saw libertarians debate. That matters. A bunch of RFK fans saw libertarians debate. That matters. So overall, I think it's a good thing. As long as my caveat is we get libertarians on the debate stage. If it is just them doing a rally, that's a problem. But if we are there, I think it's completely fine. I think in the long run, it will help. And here's the reason why. Will we lose some people to vote for RFK Jr. or Trump? Yes, we will, no doubt. And say for the sake of argument, we'll take Gary Johnson's numbers of 4.5 million. That's the max number of libertarians who vote in the country, just because that's the highest he got, right? That's her number. The highest the Democrat Republicans got is 80 million. If we both swap 10%, we win. Right? If we swap 10%, they get 400,000 votes. We get that 10%, we get 8 million. Let's swap. It's fine. There's far more of them than there are us. Will we lose some libertarians? Yes, that's a real fear and real. Some people are going to watch RFK speak and go, I'm voting for him, I'm not voting libertarian. Some will. Some libertarians are going to watch Trump and go, yeah, I'm voting Trump, I'm not voting libertarian. Yes. But how many Trumpsters will all of a sudden vote libertarian? How many RFK people will vote libertarian? I think we win overall.
But that's predicated right on there being a debate. Trump is not going to debate any of the libertarian candidates. I'll go on. I'm going to make a prediction, and I don't think I'm, going off the deep end. Trump is not going to go there and debate libertarian candidates. It's not going to happen. He's going to go there. He's going to give a speech. He's going to celebrate himself, and he's going to talk about why libertarians should vote for him.
Sure.
That's what he's going to do.
But according to what I think our plan is going to be is directly afterwards, a libertarian is going to speak. I don't know how they're doing it or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Somehow libertarians are going to speak right after. Now, does the press stay? They should. I hope they will. Then that's two people on that stage back to back. I'm okay with that. As long as the press does stay and give us that too. Good. When they do their story, they'll say, hey, Trump took over, and then here comes the libertarian guy. Fine, people look over the libertarian guy. Look, if our policies and our people are that good, and I say they are, then people start coming to us. And I see it in New York State. This is going to sound crazy. I'll say it just because I can. Yesterday, I'm out running errands in the morning in New York City. A guy recognizes me. Goes, oh, Larry Sharpe, I voted for you. You going to run again, man? Oh my God, he's going to some jujitsu thing. He's going to do jujitsu. And that's what he told me. That's how I know. And and I mean, that still happens. That guy wasn't a libertarian. He wasn't. But now he is. He's a Larrytarian, which is fine. I'll take it. I will take it. He's Larry. I'll take it. Right? We need more of those. And we get those by getting our ideas out. And I think we win when we actually get our ideas out. So look, it's not perfect. There's issues. But overall, as long as that happens, what I just said, it's a win. Supposing now Vivek is going to be actually debate. He's going to debate. Vivek's going to debate. whoever is selected as the VP candidate, this man. If me and Vivek debate, what a home run that's going to be. Think about how many people are going to come to us just because of that. I think overall it's a win. Again, will we lose some? We will. There are some people going to lose. RFK Jr. is sucking the money out of all the independent money we used to get. RFK Jr. is getting all of that. I know some top donors who are backing RFK who are not backing Libertarians this year. We're gonna lose money, which is why, again, let me pump them. It's why I say we got to go Lars Mapstead. Lars Mapstead has a base of friends who are wealthy, who are not Libertarian donors, who will donate because of him. Well, we don't have, and he is personally wealthy, so he'll put his own money into it also. We need cash. We got to have cash. And people go, and he's buying his way in. Yes, shut the fuck up. Yes, because you're broke. That's the reason why. Your ass is broke. So shut up and take his money. Yes, shut up, take his money. Your ass is broke. And the people who have money don't give us any money. So shut up and take his money. We need it.
See, I think it's a mistake to have Trump there, but my main issue with it was this, to be honest with you. I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed one day and I come across a post from Dave Smith. And he says, I know some libertarians are allergic to relevancy, but this is a big deal to have Trump there. So the way I looked at it is, so basically you're saying that relevancy trumps principle. Because the people that
in the party, it does.
Yeah,
but right.
See, but okay,
not in the movement.
I think it's a mistake for both reasons, and I also think that it's a mistake to insult people who disagree with you. Like, say, because that's a dig. You're allergic to relevancy.
Yes. Yeah.
As he acts like he's trying to win them over. That's the type of thing. I first of all, I think he's wrong on
the point is, are you joking or not? Right. I don't mind insulting people if you're joking. I tease people all the time. Right. I tease all the time. Right. I joke and tease all the time. But I think you're right. I don't think he was. I think he was actually insulting.
Yes. So that kind of brings me to my next question. You mentioned the celebritarians earlier.
Yep.
Social media influencers. Do you think they're good or bad for the movement as a whole, for the liberty movement? And I'm going to stick you. I'm going to really stick you out there with the current crop that I see that's out there right now. You have this Tower Gang crew. You have Clint Russell, Josie, the redheaded libertarian, and the biggest one is Dave Smith. And there may be some that I'm just unaware of. I don't. Tom Woods, I think, is out there, but I haven't listened to him. I've paid attention to the others more. So do you think they're good or bad? I think they're horrible for the liberty movement as a whole.
I think both, right? The party, as I just said, is broke. We're broke. Right? That's the reality. The party's broke. The party needs money. Right? When I scream, you're broke, we are. The party is broke. The party should not be mad at people who can bring money in. If these guys can bring money in, then yes. So far, I haven't seen that. Right? So if they can bring money into the party, then I would say, yeah, then it's a good idea. So far, I haven't seen that. But the other thing is, are people coming to them and then coming to the party? If they are, then yes. I think Dave Smith has brought people to the party. I think he has. So yes. I don't know Clint's people well enough to know whether he has or hasn't. I actually don't know. I don't know Toad Gang well enough to know if they brought people to the party. So I can't have an opinion on that. I don't know them well enough. If you're bringing people to the party, it's probably worth it. I know Dave Smith has brought people to the party. That I do know has happened. The other guys, I don't know. I don't really watch Clint's show very much. Clint talks a lot about culture, right? I'm not a big culture warrior. That's not my thing. Dave Smith talks about all types of things to include culture. So I think he brings more people in. He's obviously more popular. He goes on big shows, right? He does all the things. I think having someone like Dave Smith at the party is a completely positive thing. I think he brings people to the party. He gets people thinking about different things differently, 100%. I don't know the other guys well enough to know if they're doing that or not. If they're just making money off of this only and not bringing people to the party, then I would say that sucks. But if they're open to it, I don't know. I mean, they don't do what I do. I wish they do what I do, which I don't have a big platform because I don't spend my time and money on my platform to be very forward to. I use my platform to meet people more than anything else. I have a day job or I run for office. So me being a celebritarian is not because of my show. It's because you see me at every other state convention raising money for people, as you've watched me do in the past yourself, right? So that I'm a celebritarian, not because I have a cool podcast. I'm a libertarian because I am physically with people, doing the work with people, doing that stuff. And I use my show to spotlight people all the time, right? People come on my show, they get their first taste. Libertarians, their first taste. My Libertarians in Coffee Live, I do that often. I've done over 100. I've interviewed over 100 libertarian candidates who are running, and I give them a half-hour platform to learn how to be interviewed, to go through the thing, and they can take that and put it someplace else, and they can go do something else with it, right? I will put people on my show and then give them to somebody else. Hey, do you know about this guy? You know about that guy? I've done it with you. People don't like you though for some reason, right? But I give other people too. I say, hey, look at this guy, look at that guy, do that too. So if they're doing more of that, yes, I wish they would do more of that. They often don't. And the problem is when you do that, it's not as exciting, and it isn't about you, right? When I do a show about somebody else, when I'm on your show, I pitch myself a lot. I'm on your show. But you've noticed when you were on my show, I didn't pitch myself at all.
No, you pitched me. Yeah.
I talked about you. Yeah, I talked about you. That's all I did. Talk about you. That's all I did. Right. So I pitched the people who are on my show. And doing that for a show that is about them, a libertarian, is hard. It's challenging because it's about me. It's my show. So I got to talk about all my views and my stuff. And I got to fight back and push back and all that kind of shit. So I think it can be harmful. But I don't know. Overall, to be forward with you, Mike, we don't have anybody else.
Well, that kind of, I didn't mention Josh Smith. I would include him there in that as an influencer, celebritarian, maybe as well. But all of them, and this is the thing is, if they bring people in, what kind of people are they bringing in, and what are you winning if you win? They're all anti-abortion. They're all closed borders. That's their thing. They're very, let's put it this way. I've heard a lot of them. Dave Smith, I haven't heard do this, so I'm not going to accuse him. I have seen the people that follow Dave Smith, I have gotten quite a lot of insults about being Jewish and things of that nature. But the others I've seen call people retards. They're calling people, you're gay, you're retarded. Mark Pellegrino recently went on Josie's show to debate Clint Russell, and one of these Tower Gang people comes on and, oh, you're a celebrity faggot, and that sort of thing. So, okay, they bring people in. What kind of people are they bringing in? And if you win with them, what are you winning? An anti-immigration, anti-abortion party that there's religious elements mixed within that stuff. And to me, like, that's not a win. You could put the L next to your name as libertarian, but so what?
And I will give you two answers to this. Answer number one, which is what I gave many of the Prags when they got mad about Mises taking over in the first place. I said, then counter-organize and take it back. Don't burn down the house you have to buy back. This is the only house there is. You burn this house down, you're going to, when you buy the house a year or two from now, because look, to be forward, not to insult anybody, but nobody can run this party. It's a dumpster fire on wheels. Anybody who tries to run it, why do you think I'm not running for chair? Anybody who runs for chair is going to not be able to make this party work. It's a disaster. So you might go, they took over. Yeah, for what, 2 or 4 years? Then the next group will come in. They'll take over for 2 or 4 years. You can't run this place. There's no money. As I said, we are broke. There's no, if you could actually, let me keep going if I could for 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
If this party had money and we could pay a chair, we would attract awesome people to this party. And we'd have awesome people who would do it full time. And the party could grow. Until that, the party's a disaster. So whoever takes over, it's 2 to 4 years and they're gone. That's how that works, right? There's no way around that. So you're burning down a house you have to buy back in 2 or 4 years. So that's piece number one. Let more people in. Counter-organize. Dave Smith's bringing in bad people. Okay, where's the opposite? Where's Bizarro Dave Smith, libertarian, to bring the other people in? Bring in Bizarro Dave Smith then. Go do it. I bring in lots of people to the party. And most people I bring in are normies. And often they get attacked, sadly, because I'm the recruiter, right? I bring in people who are just like, I'm mad at this one thing. And then they come in and then all the other things we fight. That's fine. That's why I have Larrytarians, number one. The second piece I want to bring in is we have to bring in more bodies, period. The solution is dilution. It's not division, it's multiplication. The more bodies we bring in, the less powerful the idiots and assholes will be, period. When there's 9 of us and there's one asshole, he's really loud. When there's 9 million of us, nobody hears him.
the thing is, like, when you're talking, and you're running for office, you run for office, you're a politician. That's,
I am
you're a
guilty as
very,
charged.
you're an honest politician, which is almost an oxymoron, but I
Why I
would give you
lose.
that.
That's why I lose.
But I'm reminded of David Friedman in The Machinery of Freedom, where he talked about the Libertarian Party and
Yep.
why, I think he said why he didn't join. I'm not positive, it
Mhm.
was a while back, but I know that he said that the problem with political parties is their goal ultimately is to get elected.
Yes.
And because of that, they're ultimately going to do things that go against the principles that they initially started with, because those principles aren't going to get them elected. And that's
Correct.
what it sounds like to me. Like, what you're saying is, yeah, well, you allow the, Josies and Clints of the world and the Josh Smiths to attract these people that talk this way and act this way, with the hope that once they're all there, you'll have the money and you'll be able to get elected.
No,
And
no, that's not what I said at all. That is not what I said. You're mischaracterizing what I said.
okay, go
I
ahead.
said, if you watch them pull in X and you don't like X,
Oh,
then
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
go
I'm
pull in
sorry. I'm
Y.
sorry. No, but you
That's
did
what I
say at the
said.
beginning. No, no, you're right. You did say that, but at the beginning you said it depends on how many people they're bringing in. When I asked you if they were good for the party or not, or good for the
Yeah,
liberty movement, you said it depends how many people they're bringing in. And
correct.
my only point is that with that is that the people they bring in are going to be voters and they're going to be donors. But if they're
Yep.
voting and donating to things that aren't in line with the initial principles that you're trying to promote, then you haven't won
Then that
anything.
triggers the opposite to move, which has happened,
Okay, fair
which
enough.
has literally happened, right? There was no movement to stop this kind of thing until it happened. And oh my God, we gotta do something. And they were completely unready for it. They were totally unready for it. Their fault. Their fault. They were not ready for it. Their fault. They should have been ready for it. Well, now you are. You don't like who's in? Get more in. That is always my answer. Get more in. I'm doing it.
Well, or you could
So
build
you
a
do
new
it too.
house. You could build a new house.
You cannot build. That's offended. Everyone says that shit. Let me be very clear about everyone who's going, we're going to start this new party. No, you're not. You're not. Everyone has said that for years. You're not. You're not building a new party. Our party's going to. No, it isn't. It's not. Stop. You have no money. It's not going to work. The only broken, battered thing you have is this horrible thing called Libertarian Party. That's what you got. So fix it. You're not getting another one. It's not working. Ask the Green Party. Ask the Constitution Party. Ask the Prohibition Party. Ask the ASP, the American Solidarity Party. I know all of them, and they're all broken. Worse than us. They ain't going nowhere. They've been around like we've been around for a long time. It's not going to happen. If you're going to wait 50 years, ask Forward. Where's Forward? And they got money. Where's No Labels? And they got more money than Forward. Stop. It's a joke. You're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself.
Okay. Well, Larry,
Zero evidence of this happening. Zero evidence.
before I let you go, you have anything else to say, or you just want to tell us where we can find you?
Lars24.com is the Lars Mapstead campaign, which I am happy to be repping, clearly with my shirt. And the reason why I rep it, for people to understand why, I believe he is the only candidate and the only campaign that will actually make impact this year. If we don't pick him, Hornberger is going to be correct. Hornberger said we're going to get 0.1%. Without Mapstead, that's true. Hornberger will be correct. If you like Hornberger, don't pick Mapstead. He'll be right. That's what I would say. He'll be correct. We will get less than 1%. RFK Jr. is going to suck all the air out of the room. Cornel West, Jill Stein. The only way of doing this is by following the right plan, the plan that I use in New York State that gave me a massive increase in New York State. We use it now. The only way we get 2, 3, 4, 5% is by using Mapstead's plan. That's it. So I'm on board. I'm on board for that. People ask all the time, Larry, what if he doesn't get elected? Are you going to still run for VP? No, because every other plan will fail. I'm not here to run just to run. I don't need a vanity project. I literally have a show with my name on it. I'm good with vanity. I'm good. Don't require any more. I was already on Joe Rogan. I'm done. I don't require any more. I'm doing this because I want impact. If I can't make impact, then I'm going to walk away and good luck, guys. I hope stuff goes well. I'll run for something in 2026 or something. Whatever. All good.
All right. And what about the Sharpe Way? Where can people find that?
Larry Sharpe on all the interweb stuff, everything. I am on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the things. Just look for Larry Sharpe. I'm there.
All right, Larry. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. Great as always.
Have a good one.
For now, this is the Rational Egoist signing out. I'm Michael Liebowitz. Till next time.